Everyone thinks you need $40,000 to drive something reliable in 2026. But here's the thing nobody talks about. Some of the most dependable SUVs ever built are sitting on used car lots right now for under $10,000. And they're quietly outperforming brand new crossovers that cost 4 times as much. While car dealers push you toward turbocharged engines, giant touchscreens, and subscription-based features, these older SUVs are still doing what they've always done: running, lasting, not breaking down on the highway. And the number one SUV on this list? Mechanics say it regularly hits 300,000 miles. Not occasionally, regularly. If you believe reliability matters more than luxury, hit the like button. Because that's exactly what this ranking is about. SUVs that actually make sense long-term. This is the used SUV goldmine, and once you see these numbers, you'll never look at a new car sticker the same way again. Before we get into the list, you need to understand something that most car commercials will never tell you. The 2026 SUV market has a problem. Manufacturers are stuffing these new vehicles with small turbocharged 4-cylinder engines to hit fuel economy numbers. They're replacing physical buttons with massive touchscreens that cost thousands to repair. They're adding driver assistance systems so complex that a single sensor malfunction can ground your vehicle for weeks. None of that is reliability. That's technology theater. The SUVs on this list were built during a different era. An era when automakers competed on how long a vehicle would last, not how many apps it could run. These machines have already survived 15 years of real-world driving. That's not a promise. That's a proven track record. Would you rather spend $40,000 on a brand new SUV or $9,000 on something proven to last 300,000 miles? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. SUV number 5. The Honda CR-V, 2010 to 2011. Price range $6,500 to $9,500. People overlook this generation of CR-V because it looks plain. No aggressive body lines, no flashy interior. Just a clean, honest compact SUV that refuses to quit. And that plainness is exactly the point. Under the hood sits Honda's 2.4-liter K24 4-cylinder engine. If you've spent any time around mechanics or car enthusiasts, you already know that name. The K24 is considered one of the most durable production engines Honda has ever built. No turbocharger, no hybrid system, no expensive electronic interference. Just a naturally aspirated engine that has been tested across millions of Honda vehicles worldwide and consistently crosses the 250,000 to 300,000 mile mark when properly maintained. Here's what makes this a visual contrast to 2026 compact crossovers. Many of today's new SUVs in the $28,000 to $35,000 range are running turbocharged 1.5-liter or 2.0-liter engines. Those smaller engines produce power through forced induction, which adds heat, pressure, and long-term mechanical stress. When turbos fail, and they do, you're looking at repairs most people aren't prepared for. The CR-V doesn't play that game. Its engine breathes naturally and rewards basic maintenance with extraordinary longevity. The ride is smooth and confidence-inspiring. Owners consistently report that this generation CR-V feels more planted and solid than some modern crossovers built on cost-cutting unibody platforms. The interior is simple. Physical knobs, clear gauges, controls you understand without reading a manual. The honest weakness? It's not fast. 180 horsepower won't win any races. And if you're looking for wireless CarPlay or a digital instrument cluster, this isn't your vehicle. But if you're looking for a compact SUV that genuinely earns its keep over the long haul, the 2010 to 2011 CR-V is a near-perfect buy under $9,500. Number 4. The Acura MDX, 2010 to 2013. Price range $7,500 to $10,000. When this SUV rolled off the line, buyers were writing checks for $45,000 and higher. Today you can own one for the price of a used economy car. That gap is your opportunity. The MDX of this generation runs a 3.7-liter V6 producing 300 horsepower. That number matters. Most new compact SUVs in the $30,000 to $38,000 range produce somewhere between 180 and 250 horsepower, often through those small turbocharged engines we just talked about. The MDX delivers more power through a naturally aspirated V6 that has been tuned, refined, and proven across an enormous number of vehicles sharing Honda and Acura's engine architecture. But the power isn't even the most impressive part. At this price point, the Acura MDX hands you leather seats, a premium sound system, heated front seats, power tailgate, and navigation. Go price out a base 2026 midsize SUV and see how many of those features come standard. Many don't. You're paying add-on prices for features this MDX already has baked in. Acura's super handling all-wheel drive system, what they call SHAWD, actively distributes torque not just between front and rear axles, but between the rear wheels themselves. This is the kind of handling technology that luxury brands charge significant premiums for in the new car market. The honest weakness here is fuel economy. A 3.7-liter V6 in a larger SUV is not going to impress at the gas pump, and it prefers premium fuel for best performance. If you're budget-conscious at the pump, that's worth factoring in. But as a long-term value proposition, 300 horsepower, genuine luxury features, and Honda mechanical bones, the 2010 to 2013 MDX is one of the best deals hiding in the used market right now. Number 3. The Lexus RX 350, 2009 to 2012. Price range $8,000. There's a reason mechanics recommend this vehicle constantly. Not because it's exciting, because it simply doesn't break. The RX 350 from this generation uses a 3.5-liter V6 producing 275 horsepower. This engine shares its core architecture with Toyota's broader V6 lineup, the same engineering philosophy that powers millions of Camrys, Avalons, and 4Runners around the world. It is not a complicated engine. It doesn't need to be. Toyota built it to last, and Lexus refined the package around it. Here's where this SUV separates itself from everything else on this list: ride quality and cabin refinement. Lexus spent enormous engineering resources on noise insulation in this generation RX. The cabin is genuinely quiet at highway speeds. The suspension is tuned for smooth, long-distance comfort rather than sporty handling. Owners who have moved from a modern compact crossover into a used RX consistently report being surprised. They expected older to feel cheaper, and instead it feels more refined. This is the SUV that delivers what many older buyers actually want. Not the fastest thing on the road, not the most technologically advanced, just a smooth, quiet, dependable vehicle that doesn't fight you on long trips and doesn't require a software update to function normally. The documented longevity of this platform is not marketing. Lexus RX models from this generation routinely reach 300,000 miles with proper maintenance. That's a real number backed by real owner histories. The weakness is the infotainment system. It's dated. If modern connectivity is a priority, this will feel like a step back. But everything mechanical about this vehicle is still a step forward compared to what $30,000 buys you new today. Number 2. The Toyota Highlander, 2008 to 2011. Price range $7 to $1. Most new compact SUVs give you 2 rows and a cargo area. The Toyota Highlander from this generation gives you 3 rows of actual seating and costs under $10,000. The engine is a 3.5-liter V6, producing 270 horsepower. Same family of thinking as the Lexus RX, proven, refined, unspectacular in all the right ways. Toyota tuned the suspension specifically for comfort on this platform, not performance. The result is a ride that absorbs road imperfections well and stays composed on long highway stretches. The dashboard is an important part of this story. Physical buttons, real knobs, clear readable gauges. No massive touchscreen demanding your full attention every time you change the temperature. Experienced drivers who have spent decades behind the wheel of well-built vehicles consistently say the older Highlander's controls feel intuitive in a way that modern systems often don't. Toyota's reputation on longevity with this platform is well documented. The Highlander regularly appears in surveys measuring which vehicles reach 200,000 miles most often. Many go significantly further. Fleet operators who need dependable high-mileage vehicles have relied on this generation Highlander for exactly that reason. The honest weakness? It's not sporty at all. If you want a vehicle that feels engaging or athletic, this isn't the answer. The Highlander was designed to be a trustworthy family hauler, and that's exactly what it delivers, with 3 rows of seating that many 2026 compact crossovers simply cannot match without jumping to a much higher price point. SUV number 1, the Chevrolet Tahoe, 2009 to 2012. Price range $8,000. This is the one that breaks people's brains a little when they see the price. A full-size body-on-frame SUV with a 5.3-liter V8 producing 320 horsepower for under $10,000. Let's talk about that construction difference, because it matters enormously. Almost every SUV on sale today, new or used in the compact and midsize category, is a unibody vehicle. The body and frame are one integrated structure. It's efficient, it's lighter, it's cheaper to manufacture, but it's not what body-on-frame construction delivers in terms of raw durability. The Tahoe is built on a separate, dedicated truck frame, the same platform philosophy behind heavy-duty work trucks. This construction handles stress differently, it absorbs hard use differently, it tows differently, and critically, it ages differently. Body-on-frame vehicles don't develop the same structural fatigue points that unibody crossovers encounter under sustained heavy use. The 5.3-liter V8 in this generation Tahoe is one of the most understood engines in American automotive history. Every independent shop in the country knows this engine. Parts are widely available. Labor costs are reasonable because nothing about this engine is exotic or overly complex. And that engine, paired with this platform, produces a vehicle that fleet operators, police departments, government agencies, large families have routinely driven past 300,000 miles. Compare that to a 2026 midsize SUV running a turbocharged 4-cylinder through an 8-speed automatic. Statistically newer, technologically more advanced, but the long-term reliability data on those newer powertrains simply hasn't had 15 years to prove itself the way the Tahoe's V8 already has. The weakness here is fuel economy. A 5.3-liter V8 in a large SUV drinks more fuel than a small crossover. And the Tahoe is genuinely big. If you're parking in tight urban spaces regularly, that size works against you. But if interior space, towing capability, V8 power, and long-term durability matter more than fuel efficiency and compact dimensions, nothing on this list, and frankly very little in the 2026 new car market at any price, touches what the Tahoe delivers for under $10,000. Here's the comparison that ties everything together. New 2026 SUVs are engineered around technology and fuel economy targets. Small turbocharged engines, complex multi-layer electronics, subscription-based features, repair costs that require dealer-only diagnostics. These are vehicles optimized for the showroom, not necessarily the long road. The 5 SUVs on this list were optimized for something different. Suspension tuned for comfort and longevity. Designs that hold up because they weren't chasing trends. Sometimes the smartest SUV isn't the newest one. It's the one that's already proven it can last decades. Which one would you put in your driveway? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. If this breakdown changed how you think about the used car market, hit that like button. Share this with someone who's about to make a $40,000 mistake. And subscribe so you never miss another gold mine. More videos on undervalued used vehicles are on screen right now. Click either one and I'll see you there.